Every morning you have a choice. Will you let the day control you, or will you take charge and make it yours? How you start your day can set the tone for everything that follows. What if you could wake up every day with a clear sense of purpose, confidence, and determination? The words you speak to yourself first thing in the morning matter more than you realize. They shape your mindset, your attitude, and the way you approach the world. In today's video, we're going to dive into the 10 powerful things to say to yourself every morning. These words aren't just affirmations. They're daily reminders of your strength, your purpose, and your ability to make progress, no matter what. So are you ready to take control of your mornings and set yourself up for success? Let's get started. Number 1, tell yourself you are unstoppable and act like it. You wake up in the morning, and before you even step out of bed, you have a choice to make. You can drag yourself into the day, or you can set the tone with power, energy, and confidence. And I'm telling you right now, the way you start your morning determines how the rest of your day unfolds. You want success? You want results? Then stop waiting for motivation and start commanding your mind. The first thing you need to say to yourself every morning is this: I am unstoppable, and I will act like it. Not I hope I feel good today. Not I'll see how things go. No, you take control the moment you wake up. You declare it with certainty. Because let me tell you, life doesn't hand out victories to the hesitant. Life rewards those who step up and take charge. You have to program your mind before the world programs it for you. If you don't tell yourself you're unstoppable, the world will tell you that you're weak, that you're tired, that you're not enough, and you cannot afford to start your day with doubt. So when you wake up, stand tall, look yourself in the mirror, and say it like you mean it. Say, I am unstoppable. Nothing will break me today. No excuse will stop me. No setback will shake me. No distraction will take me off track. Now you might be thinking, but Jim, what if I don't feel unstoppable? What if you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed? Listen to me. Feelings are temporary. They come and go, but discipline, commitment, that's what builds real success. You don't wait until you feel like it. You decide who you are, and you act like it. And that's the key, acting like it. It's not enough to just say the words. You have to follow through. You have to move like an unstoppable force. You have to think, speak, and behave like someone who refuses to be defeated. Because when you act like it, you become it. Look at the most successful people in the world. Do you think they always felt like getting up early? Do you think they always felt motivated? No, but they made a decision. They refused to be controlled by their emotions. They got up, they moved forward. They didn't hesitate. They acted unstoppable, and so they became unstoppable. Think about the last time you gave up on something. Maybe it was a goal, a habit, or a challenge. What happened? Somewhere along the way, you told yourself it was too hard. You let doubt creep in. You allowed hesitation to slow you down. And that hesitation, that's what kills progress. That's what keeps people stuck. So today we change that. Today when you wake up, you stop giving yourself permission to hesitate. You stop entertaining the idea of quitting. You stop looking for easy, because easy doesn't build strength. Easy doesn't create champions. You tell yourself, I am unstoppable, and I will act like it. You don't walk slowly like you're unsure of yourself. You don't let little problems ruin your focus. You don't allow anyone's opinion to shake your belief in yourself. You decide that no matter what comes your way, you are moving forward. Now, let me ask you something. What would your life look like if you woke up every day with this mindset? What if, instead of feeling tired, you started your day with certainty? What if, instead of doubting yourself, you trained your mind to believe in your own power? You know what would happen? You'd get more done in one day than most people do in a week. You'd stop waiting for motivation, and you'd start building momentum. You'd stop fearing failure, and you'd start attacking challenges head on. Because here's the truth. Most people lose before they even start. They wake up with hesitation. They start their day with worry, doubt, or frustration, and that weakens them. It puts them in a passive state. And when you start weak, you stay weak. But that's not you. You don't wait for confidence. You create it. You wake up, you stand tall, and you tell yourself exactly who you are. I am unstoppable. You say it with strength. You say it with power. And then you act like it. Now here's the challenge. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, the first thing you do is say these words out loud. I am unstoppable, and I will act like it. Not in your head, not as a weak whisper. You say it loud. You say it with conviction. You let your mind hear it, your body feel it, your spirit absorb it, and then prove it. Show it in the way you move. Show it in the way you handle problems. Show it in the way you stay focused. Because words without action mean nothing. It's what you do after that makes the difference. You step into your day with strength. You push through discomfort. You keep going even when things get tough. That's how you build a life you're proud of. And if you do this every single morning, you'll notice something incredible. Your mindset will change. Your confidence will grow. Your results will skyrocket. Because when you stop letting excuses control you and you start taking charge, life opens up. Doors open. Opportunities come. Because success follows those who refuse to quit. And I want you to be one of those people. I want you to stop doubting yourself. I want you to stop doubting yourself. I want you to stop hesitating. I want you to wake up every morning and declare that nothing will stop you. Because that's the truth. The only thing that can stop you is you. And today that stops. So remember, tomorrow morning, the first thing you say is this: I am unstoppable, and I will act like it. Then go out and prove it. Because the world doesn't need more people who wish for success. It needs more people who take it. And that starts with you. Number 2, declare that today is a fresh start to win. You open your eyes, and the first thought that crosses your mind will set the tone for the entire day. You can carry yesterday's doubts, failures, and regrets into today. Or you can make a decision right now. Today is a fresh start, and you will win. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things feel right. Today. Most people don't even realize they are living in the past. They wake up with yesterday's worries, carrying old problems like a heavy weight on their shoulders. They allow past failures to define their future. But listen, if you wake up thinking about yesterday's mistakes, you are already starting the day behind. You cannot win if your mind is stuck in what went wrong. This is why you must declare it the moment you wake up. Today is a fresh start to win. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter if you failed, if you fell short, if things didn't go your way. That was yesterday. This is today. And today, you reset. You are not bound by your past. Every day you get a new chance to show up stronger. Every morning you have a choice to stay stuck in old patterns or to break free and step into your power. And I am telling you right now, the only thing that keeps people from moving forward is their attachment to what's behind them. Think about it. How many times have you let a bad day turn into a bad week? How many times have you let one failure convince you that you weren't good enough? How many times have you allowed yesterday's problems to control today's mindset that stops now? Today is your fresh start. But here's the key. It's not just a new beginning. It's a chance to win. Not to just go through the motions. Not to survive. To win. To take control. To make progress. To get one step closer to the life you want. You need to say it with conviction. Today is my fresh start. I refuse to carry yesterday's mistakes. I refuse to be weighed down by what I can't change. I own today, and I will make it count. And then prove it. Show up like today is the only day that matters. Because guess what? It is. You don't have time to sit around regretting the past. You don't have time to replay what went wrong. If you waste today dwelling on yesterday, you will waste tomorrow the same way. And before you know it, weeks, months, even years will pass. And you'll still be in the same place. Winners don't dwell on what they can't change. They don't start their day in regret. They wake up, they take a deep breath, and they move forward with purpose. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. That's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who stay stuck. So right now, decide. Will you let yesterday control you, or will you take today into your hands? Will you live in the past, or will you take advantage of the opportunity in front of you? The reason most people never change is because they never truly let go of what's behind them. They say they want a fresh start, but they still carry the same self-doubt, the same fears, the same negative mindset. But a fresh start means you wipe the slate clean. It means you stop labeling yourself by what went wrong. You stop telling yourself the same old story. If you failed yesterday, so what? Failure is not final unless you make it final. If you didn't follow through, if you didn't give your best effort, then today is your chance to do better. If you made mistakes, today is your chance to correct them. If you wasted time, today is your chance to take action. This is not about ignoring reality. This is about choosing to focus on what you can control, and you can control this moment. You can control what you do with today. You can control how you think, how you act, how you move forward. You must train your mind to see each morning as an opportunity. Most people wake up and see problems. They wake up and immediately think of everything that could go wrong. But the people who win, they wake up and see possibilities. They wake up and see solutions. They wake up and say, no matter what happened before, today is mine. And when you start seeing the day this way, something powerful happens. You start to feel different. You stop waking up with anxiety. You stop feeling stuck. You start feeling in control. You realize that you are not a prisoner to your past. You are not a victim of yesterday. You are the one who decides what happens next. So right now, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. No more waking up feeling defeated. No more dragging yesterday's negativity into today. From now on, every morning, the first thing you tell yourself is this: today is my fresh start, and I am going to win. And winning doesn't mean waiting for big success to fall into your lap. Winning means showing up. It means pushing forward, even when you don't feel like it. It means proving to yourself that you are not the same person you were yesterday. That every single day you are getting stronger, smarter, better. You don't have to wait for a perfect moment to change your life. This is the moment. This is your chance to turn things around. This is your chance to stop wishing and start doing. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is responsible for your success. Nobody else can make the decision for you. You have to wake up and claim it. You have to step into today with power. You have to remind yourself that you control your future. And if you wake up every morning with this mindset, there is nothing you can't do. There is no challenge too big. There is no goal out of reach, because you are not the same as you were yesterday. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more determined than ever. So when you open your eyes tomorrow, take a deep breath and say it with certainty. Today is a fresh start to win, and then go out and make it happen. Number 3, look in the mirror and commit to self-discipline. Self-discipline is the foundation of every achievement. It's the ability to do what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up every morning and choosing to follow through on your commitments. No matter how tired, distracted, or unmotivated you feel, it's about looking yourself in the mirror and making a promise, not to anyone else, but to yourself. And that promise is simple. I will stay disciplined. I will take control of my life. I will not let excuses win. When you stand in front of that mirror, you are looking at the only person responsible for your future. You can have the best plans, the biggest goals, and the clearest vision, but without self-discipline, nothing will happen. Because discipline is not about what you say, it's about what you do. It's not about how motivated you feel. It's about how consistent you are. You have to tell yourself, no more waiting for motivation. No more relying on good days. No more being controlled by my emotions. You have to be the kind of person who gets things done. Whether you feel like it or not, that's discipline. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Every morning when you look in the mirror, you have a choice. You can either make another excuse, or you can make a commitment. You can tell yourself the same old story about why things haven't worked out, or you can decide that from this moment forward, you will do what needs to be done, no matter what. Because here's the truth. Discipline is a habit. It's not something you wake up with one day. It's something you build day by day, choice by choice. The way you train your mind in the morning will set the tone for the rest of your day. If you start the day with excuses, you will continue the day with excuses. But if you start the day with commitment, if you look yourself in the eye and say, I am in control of my actions, and I will stay disciplined, then you set yourself up to win. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they lack discipline. They start strong but don't stay consistent. They do the work when it's easy, but quit when it gets hard. They allow distractions to pull them away from their goals. But you are different. You are the kind of person who follows through. You are the kind of person who honors their own word. And that starts with what you say to yourself in the morning. You must remind yourself that discipline is a choice. It is not something you are born with. It is something you create. It is not something that only successful people have. It is something that makes people successful. And every morning you have the power to choose it. So when you stand in front of that mirror, you don't just see your reflection, you see your future. You see the person you are becoming. And you ask yourself, am I going to be the kind of person who keeps promises to myself? Or am I going to let another day slip by? You already know the answer. You know what you must do. You must commit. You must stop negotiating with yourself. You must stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You must stop giving yourself permission to slack off. Because here's the reality. Discipline is built in the small moments. It's in the decision to wake up early instead of hitting snooze. It's in the choice to work out even when you don't feel like it. It's in the habit of sticking to your goals even when nobody is watching. And it's in what you tell yourself every morning. You cannot afford to start your day with weak thoughts. You cannot afford to look in the mirror and see someone who is controlled by distractions, laziness, or fear. You must look in the mirror and see someone who is in charge, someone who doesn't make excuses, someone who takes action. And you must say it out loud. I am disciplined. I follow through. I do what I say I will do. Because words matter. What you tell yourself in the morning will shape the actions you take throughout the day. If you tell yourself you are disciplined, you will act like it. If you tell yourself you are strong, you will prove it. But if you tell yourself that discipline is hard, that staying focused is difficult, that you just don't feel like it today, then you will live that reality. Your mind listens to what you say, so say the right things. Tell yourself that you are disciplined and then act accordingly. Because here's what will happen. If you do this every single day, you will start to believe it. You will start to feel it. And eventually you won't even need motivation anymore. You won't need to hype yourself up. You won't need to wait for the right mood, because discipline will become part of who you are. And when that happens, everything changes. Because a disciplined person doesn't hope for success. They create it. They don't wait for the perfect time. They make time. They don't wish for things to get easier. They get stronger. This is the mindset you must develop. And it starts in the mirror every single morning. There will be days when you don't feel like it. Days when you wake up tired, unmotivated, frustrated. And that's when discipline matters the most. That's when you must look yourself in the eye and say, I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if it's hard. I am disciplined and I will follow through. Because discipline is not about what you do when you feel good. It's about what you do when you don't. So right now, make a decision. From this moment forward, every single morning, you will commit to self-discipline. You will wake up, you will look yourself in the eye, and you will say, I control my actions. I do what I need to do. I follow through. I stay focused. I win the day. Number 4, remind yourself that no excuse is bigger than your goal. Every morning, before the world has a chance to influence you, before distractions pull you in different directions, before doubt and hesitation creep into your mind, you need to remind yourself of one thing. No excuse is bigger than your goal. Excuses are easy. They're convenient. They feel like a warm blanket, protecting you from discomfort, from effort, from the unknown. But here's the truth. Excuses don't serve you. They don't get you closer to what you want. They don't help you grow. They don't make you stronger. Excuses are the chains that hold you back. And if you let them, they will keep you exactly where you are. That's why, every single morning, you need to look yourself in the mirror and take responsibility for your life. You need to tell yourself, I will not allow excuses to dictate my future. I will not let reasons, limitations, or obstacles stop me. I will not let my past define what I can do today. Because here's what you need to understand. There will always be an excuse available. Always. There will always be a reason to delay, to avoid, to quit. There will always be something standing in your way. And if you look for an excuse, you will find one. But if you look for a way forward, you will find that too. The difference between people who achieve great things and those who stay stuck is not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's mindset. The people who succeed are the ones who refuse to let excuses win. They are the ones who wake up every morning and remind themselves that their dreams, their goals, their ambitions are more important than their comfort. Think about it. Think about all the times in your life when you made an excuse. What did it give you? Nothing. Did it move you forward? No. Did it make you proud? No. Did it change your life for the better? No. Excuses only lead to regret. They steal time. They rob you of progress. But when you choose to rise above excuses, when you choose to push through, when you choose to take action despite difficulty, that's when you grow. That's when you build confidence. That's when you move forward. So when you wake up in the morning, you must make a decision. Am I going to let excuses win today, or am I going to take control and do what needs to be done? Because here's what happens when you let excuses take over. You say, I don't have time. But the truth is, you do. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference is how you use them. Are you spending time on things that matter? Or are you wasting it on distractions? You say, I don't feel like it. But success is not about feelings. It's about action. If you only do things when you feel like it, you will never be consistent. And without consistency, you will never reach your goals. You say, it's too hard. But growth comes from challenge. Strength comes from struggle. The things that are hardest to do are usually the things that will make the biggest difference in your life. You say, I don't know how. But everything you have ever learned in life started with not knowing how. The key is to start anyway, to take action, to figure it out as you go. You say, I'll do it later. But later is a lie. Later turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. And next week turns into never. The only time that matters is now. You must stop feeding these excuses. You must stop letting them control you. You must stop allowing them to dictate your actions. Instead, you must remind yourself of your goal. You must make it bigger than any excuse that tries to stand in your way. Think about your goal right now. Picture it in your mind. What do you want? What are you working toward? What do you dream of achieving? Whatever it is, hold on to it. Feel it. Remind yourself why it matters. And now ask yourself, is any excuse worth sacrificing this goal? Is your comfort more important than your success? Is your laziness more valuable than your growth? Is your doubt stronger than your determination? The answer is no, and deep down you already know that. You know that nothing is more important than becoming the person you were meant to be. You know that your goal is worth the effort, the sacrifice, the discipline. You know that if you give in to excuses, you will only be left with regret. So make a promise to yourself. Right now, no more excuses. No more delaying. No more waiting. Every time an excuse comes up, you will shut it down. Every time you feel like quitting, you will push through. Every time you doubt yourself, you will remind yourself why you started in the first place. And here's the key. You don't just say this once, you say it every day. Every morning you look yourself in the mirror and you remind yourself that you are bigger than any excuse. You tell yourself, I am in control. I will do what needs to be done. I will not let anything stand in my way, because that's what it takes. You have to rewire your mind. You have to train yourself to think differently. You have to condition yourself to take action, no matter what. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more you push through excuses, the stronger you get. The more you take action despite difficulty, the more confident you become. Until one day you realize something powerful. You don't even consider excuses anymore. They don't have power over you. They don't control your actions. Because you have built a new habit. A habit of discipline, of commitment, of resilience. And that's when everything changes. That's when you start making real progress. That's when you start seeing real results. So if you want to change your life, start with this. Start with what you tell yourself in the morning. Stop feeding yourself excuses and start feeding yourself determination. Stop letting obstacles slow you down and start pushing through them, because your success depends on it. And remember this, you can either have excuses or you can have results. You can't have both. So decide, what will you choose today? Number 5, decide to take complete control of your mind today. From the moment you wake up, your mind is already being pulled in 100 different directions. Thoughts flood in, some encouraging, some discouraging, some pushing you forward, others holding you back. Your mind is a battlefield, and the side that wins is the one you allow to take control. If you don't command your thoughts, they will command you. If you don't take control of your mind, external forces will shape your day, your habits, and ultimately your life. This is why today, right now, you must make a decision to take complete control of your mind, because everything begins in your mind. Every action, every emotion, every choice, good or bad, stems from what you allow to dominate your thoughts. If you let doubt and negativity run the show, your life will reflect that. If you let distractions dictate your focus, you'll waste time on things that don't matter. If you allow fear to take over, you'll hesitate, procrastinate, and stay stuck. But if you take charge, If you discipline your mind, if you decide that your thoughts will align with your goals, then nothing can stop you. Most people let their minds operate on autopilot. They react to life rather than control it. They let emotions dictate their actions instead of choosing their responses. They let circumstances shape their mindset instead of shaping their own reality. But the truth is, you have the power to direct your mind towards success, towards strength, toward absolute focus. Taking control of your mind starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. How many of them serve you? How many are lifting you up, pushing you forward, reinforcing your potential? And how many are keeping you small, making you hesitate, filling your mind with excuses? If you don't become aware of the patterns running through your head, you'll stay trapped in them. Every single thought is a seed. You are planting something in your mind with every word you speak to yourself. Are you planting strength, determination, and resilience? Or are you planting doubt, fear, and hesitation? Because what you plant is what will grow. It's time to take back control. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are not your failures. You are what you decide to focus on today. And if you want to rise, if you want to become unshakable, if you want to break free from every mental chain that's been holding you back, then you have to rewire your mind. You have to feed it with the right thoughts, the right words, the right beliefs. Start by eliminating the noise. You can't control your mind if you're constantly allowing negativity to flood in. Stop consuming content that weakens you. Stop engaging in conversations that drain you. Stop surrounding yourself with people who encourage mediocrity. The mind absorbs everything you expose it to. If you want to be in control, you need to be intentional about what you let in. Once you cut out the noise, fill your mind with the right fuel. Speak power into your life. Speak discipline. Speak focus. Wake up every morning and tell yourself exactly who you are and what you stand for. Say it out loud if you have to. I am in control of my mind. I am focused. I am disciplined. I am unstoppable. Because if you don't take charge of your mind, the world will do it for you. Taking control of your mind also means controlling your emotions. There will be days when frustration tries to take over, when stress builds up, when things don't go as planned. But a strong mind doesn't allow emotions to dictate actions. A strong mind steps back, observes, and decides. A strong mind asks, what is the best response in this moment? Instead of reacting impulsively. You need to train your mind the same way you train a muscle. If you want to be strong, you have to exercise discipline. If you want focus, you have to practice shutting out distractions. If you want control, you have to prove to yourself every single day that you are in charge. This means doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. It means showing up, even when it's hard. It means following through on your commitments, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The weak let their minds control them. The strong take control. The weak let thoughts of doubt and laziness run their lives. The strong refuse to give those thoughts any power. The weak make decisions based on comfort. The strong make decisions based on vision. And here's the secret. The more you take control, the easier it gets. The first few days, it's a battle. Your old thoughts will fight to take back control. Your mind will try to revert to old patterns, old habits, old ways of thinking. But if you stay disciplined, if you refuse to give in, if you remind yourself every single day that you are in charge, then soon this becomes second nature. Soon your default state becomes focus. Your natural response becomes action. Your mind becomes your greatest weapon, not your greatest enemy. So starting today, no more allowing your mind to wander aimlessly. No more letting distractions pull you away from what matters. No more giving power to negativity, to doubt, to fear. From now on, you decide what thoughts enter your mind. You decide what beliefs you accept. You decide what kind of person you will be. And if you do this, if you truly commit to taking control of your mind, then there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stand in your way. Number 6, say out loud that failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. Say it out loud. Say it with conviction. Let it sink into your bones, into your mind, into the deepest part of who you are. Because when you decide, truly decide, that failure is not an option. You eliminate any excuse, any hesitation, any room for doubt. You force yourself to rise, to push, to fight for what you want, no matter what stands in your way. Most people entertain failure as a possibility. They keep it in the back of their minds as an escape route, a backup plan, a reason to quit when things get tough. But the moment you allow failure to exist as an option, you weaken your own resolve. You give yourself permission to give up. And that is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Those who make it, those who truly reach their full potential, burn the bridges that lead back to comfort. They remove quitting from their vocabulary. They refuse to entertain the idea of failure because they know that the second they do, it becomes an easy way out. If you want to succeed, you must commit fully. You cannot have one foot in and one foot out. You cannot chase your goals while holding on to doubt. You must go all in. With every ounce of energy, every bit of willpower, every part of your soul. You must refuse to stop. Refuse to turn back. Refuse to let obstacles slow you down. Because there will be obstacles. There will be moments that test you. There will be days when it feels like the world is against you. But those moments are where true strength is built. Those moments are where champions are made. When you say failure is not an option, you are declaring to yourself and to the universe that nothing will break you, that no matter how many times you fall, you will get back up, that no matter how many doors close, you will find another way, that no matter how difficult the road gets, you will keep walking. Because success is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about resilience. It is about the refusal to give in, the refusal to accept defeat. Look at every successful person who has ever walked this earth. They did not succeed because things were easy. They did not win because they never failed. They won because they made failure impossible. They turned setbacks into lessons, pain into fuel, rejection into redirection. They understood that every moment of struggle was a test, and they refused to fail that test. When you commit to something, when you make the decision that nothing will stop you, you become unstoppable. You develop a mindset that no challenge can break. You develop an inner fire that burns stronger with every difficulty. You develop a belief so strong that no amount of doubt, fear, or resistance can shake you. But commitment is not just a word. It is action. It is discipline. It is showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. It is pushing through exhaustion, frustration, and disappointment. It is staying focused when distractions try to pull you away. It is waking up every morning and reminding yourself why you started in the first place. Most people fail because they lack this level of commitment. They start with enthusiasm, but the moment things get hard, they slow down. The moment results don't come fast enough, they question themselves. The moment they face resistance, they hesitate. But hesitation is the enemy of success. Doubt is the killer of dreams. And the only way to eliminate doubt is to remove failure from your mind, to refuse to accept anything less than success, to take every setback and use it as fuel. There will be days when progress feels slow. There will be moments when you wonder if it's all worth it. There will be voices, both in your mind and from those around you, telling you to give up. But that is the exact moment you must remind yourself, failure is not an option. That is the moment you must double down, push harder, fight stronger, because the finish line is closer than you think. Every great success story is built on perseverance. Every legend was once just a person who refused to give up. Every extraordinary achievement was born from an ordinary person who simply refused to fail. They didn't let fear stop them. They didn't let setbacks define them. They didn't let obstacles slow them down. They kept moving, kept growing, kept pushing forward. You have that same strength inside you. You have that same fire, that same will, that same power. But it only activates when you decide that quitting is not an option. It only rises when you commit fully, with no hesitation, no doubt, no turning back. So say it again. Say it with more power. Say it until your mind believes it, until your body feels it, until it becomes part of who you are. Failure is not an option. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Now go out and prove it. Number 7. Embrace discomfort and push yourself beyond your limits. Discomfort is where growth begins. The mind craves comfort, but progress demands struggle. Every time you step into discomfort, you break past the limits that once held you back. You expand your capacity. You sharpen your skills. You strengthen your will. The problem with most people is that they avoid discomfort at all costs. They stay where it's safe, where it's familiar, where it's easy. But success does not live in comfort. Greatness is built in the moments when you push yourself beyond what feels possible. It is in the extra mile, the extra hour, the extra effort, when your body wants to stop, when your mind tells you it's enough. That is where transformation happens. That is where you separate yourself from the average. The ones who achieve extraordinary things are the ones who have trained themselves to embrace discomfort. They don't fear pain. They use it. They don't avoid struggle. They seek it out. They don't stop when things get difficult. They push harder. They understand that the discomfort of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. They would rather suffer in the gym than suffer from weakness. They would rather struggle through long hours of work than live a life of mediocrity. They would rather endure rejection, failure, and setbacks than settle for an unfulfilled existence. Your greatest potential lies beyond your current limits. But you will never reach it if you keep playing small, if you keep running from the hard things, if you keep making excuses for why you can't do more. You must make discomfort your ally. You must seek out the difficult tasks, the tough challenges, the things that scare you, because each time you step into that discomfort, you grow stronger. Each time you push through the pain, you raise your threshold. Each time you refuse to quit, you become more resilient. Your body wants comfort, but your soul craves expansion. Your mind wants ease, but your spirit wants to be tested. The moment you decide to welcome discomfort instead of resisting it, you take control of your life. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start shaping your own destiny. You stop waiting for things to get easier and start making yourself tougher. You stop looking for shortcuts and start doing the real work. Nothing worth having comes easy. If it did, everyone would have it. The body you want, the wealth you dream of, the skill you admire in others, it all requires discomfort. It all requires sacrifice. It all requires pushing past the point where most people give up. That is the price of greatness. That is the price of success. And that price must be paid in full every single day. There are no discounts, no free rides, no shortcuts. You either do the work or you stay the same. You must rewire your brain to love the struggle. Instead of avoiding the workout, crave the burn. Instead of dreading long hours of work, embrace the grind. Instead of fearing failure, see it as a lesson. Instead of being afraid of rejection, use it as fuel. Every bit of discomfort you endure makes you stronger. Every hard day builds your character. Every painful moment molds you into someone who cannot be broken. There is no limit to how much you can grow. The only limits that exist are the ones you accept. The moment you decide that nothing is off limits, that nothing is beyond your reach, that nothing is too hard, you become unstoppable. You move differently, you think differently, you act differently. You stop hesitating, you stop procrastinating, you stop waiting for motivation. You get up and do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. You must be willing to go where others won't. You must be willing to do what others refuse to do. You must be willing to suffer more, endure more, push further than anyone else, because that is what separates the great from the average. That is what separates those who win from those who watch. That is what separates those who live a life of purpose from those who simply exist. There will be moments when your body begs you to stop. There will be moments when your mind tells you it's too much. There will be moments when everything in you wants to quit. But that is the exact moment you must push forward. That is the exact moment when the breakthrough happens. That is the exact moment when you prove to yourself that you are not like the rest. You are different. You are built for more. You are capable of more. You are willing to do what it takes. So make the decision right now. Decide that from this moment forward, you will no longer avoid discomfort. You will no longer back down from a challenge. You will no longer let fear dictate your actions. You will seek out the hard things. You will embrace the pain. You will push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. And in doing so, you will unlock a version of yourself that is stronger, faster, smarter, and more powerful than you ever imagined. Number 8, Commit to making progress, no matter how. Progress is not about massive leaps. It's about the small, consistent steps that stack up over time. Every great achievement in history started with a single action, a single decision, a single step forward. The mistake most people make is waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for circumstances to align before they take action. But the truth is, progress happens when you decide to move forward, regardless of how you feel. There will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. Days when the goal seems too far away. Days when the effort feels pointless. But that is where commitment separates the successful from the ones who quit. The ones who succeed understand that even the smallest action is better than doing nothing. Even a little progress is still progress. Even if it's slow, it's still forward movement. The key is to keep showing up. Keep putting in the work. Keep making progress. No matter how small. Imagine a person trying to climb a massive mountain. If they focus only on the peak, it will seem impossible. The distance will feel overwhelming. The climb will feel never-ending. But if they focus only on taking one step, then another, they will eventually reach the top. The same applies to your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. You don't have to do everything all at once. You just have to do something. The problem is that most people want instant results. They want to see massive success overnight. They want the reward without the effort. They start something, but when they don't see quick progress, they give up. They convince themselves it's not working. They let doubt take over. But what they fail to understand is that progress is often invisible at first. The work you put in today might not show results immediately, but that does not mean it's wasted. Growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, you see nothing. No visible growth, no evidence of progress. But underneath the soil, the roots are growing. The foundation is being built, and one day that seed breaks through the ground, and it grows into something strong and powerful. That's exactly how success works. The work you do in silence, the effort you put in when no one is watching, the small, consistent actions you take daily, those are what lead to massive breakthroughs over time. If you commit to making progress every single day, no matter how small, you become unstoppable, because progress compounds. The small improvements you make today add up. The discipline you build today strengthens over time. The habits you create become second nature. And before you know it, you've transformed into a completely different person. Stronger, smarter, more capable, more resilient. Success is not built on occasional bursts of effort. It's built on daily commitment. It's built on the decision to keep going even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's built on the belief that every step forward, no matter how small, is getting you closer to your goal. The ones who win are the ones who don't stop. They don't let slow progress discourage them. They don't let obstacles break them. They don't waste time complaining about how long it's taking. They focus on the work, and they keep moving forward. You must train yourself to appreciate the process. Fall in love with the small wins. Celebrate the fact that you are doing something, no matter how little it may seem, because every effort counts. Every action adds up. Every moment of discipline shapes your future. If you are waiting for motivation, you will never get anywhere. If you are waiting for the perfect moment, you will never start. If you keep focusing on how far you have left to go, you will always feel discouraged. Instead, shift your focus. Focus on what you can do today. Focus on the next step and nothing else. There will be times when you feel like you are moving too slowly. There will be moments when you question whether it's even worth it. But remember this, stopping will only ensure that you never reach your goal. Moving forward, even if it's at a snail's pace, is still progress. And progress, no matter how small, is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. Most people overestimate what they can do in a short time and underestimate what they can achieve over a long period with consistent effort. If you do something small every single day for a year, that adds up to massive change. Imagine if you improved by just 1% every day. In a year, you wouldn't be 365% better. You'd be exponentially greater, because improvement compounds. Effort multiplies. The actions you take today build on the actions you took yesterday. and that momentum keeps growing. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything flawlessly. You don't have to achieve massive success overnight. You just have to keep moving forward. Keep learning, keep adjusting, keep pushing. Because as long as you refuse to stop, you will eventually get there. The only way to fail is to quit. The only way to guarantee that you don't succeed is to give up. But if you commit to progress, if you make it a non-negotiable part of your life, success is inevitable. This is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about commitment. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of growth. It's about taking control of your own destiny, instead of waiting for circumstances to change. If you keep taking action, no matter how small, one day you will look back and realize that you are living the life you once dreamed of. But it starts with today. It starts with the small actions you take right now. No step is too small. No effort is wasted. No progress is insignificant. Keep going, keep growing, keep proving to yourself that you are capable of more. Because the ones who commit to progress, no matter how small, are the ones who achieve greatness. Number 9, speak with the power that you deserve. Success and happiness. Your words shape your reality. Every time you speak, you are reinforcing an identity, setting expectations, and defining the way the world responds to you. Too many people speak as if they are powerless, as if life happens to them instead of through them. They speak words of doubt, words of limitation, words that weaken their potential before they even take action. But the truth is, the way you speak has the power to create or destroy, to uplift or to weaken, to bring you closer to success or to push it further away. If you want to achieve anything great, you must first learn to control the words you use and the energy behind them. Success does not start with action. It starts with belief, and belief is reinforced by the words you use every single day. If you constantly speak in a way that limits you, you will feel limited. If you speak in a way that empowers you, you will start to see yourself as powerful. Your subconscious mind listens to every word you say, whether you realize it or not. When you say, "I'm not good enough," your mind takes it as a fact. When you say, "I always fail," your mind finds ways to prove you right. But when you start saying, "I am capable, I deserve success, and I am in control of my life," everything starts to shift. You cannot expect to win in life if you are constantly feeding yourself words of failure. You cannot build a powerful future if you are always speaking from a place of weakness. The most successful people in the world do not speak like victims. They do not complain about circumstances. They do not talk about what they can't do. They speak with conviction, with certainty, with an unwavering belief that success is their right. They reinforce this belief with every word they say, and because of that, their actions follow. Your voice carries energy. The tone, the confidence, the certainty behind your words matter just as much as the words themselves. When you speak with hesitation, when you use weak language, when you downplay your own potential, people respond to you accordingly. But when you speak with strength, when you declare your success before it happens, when you refuse to entertain negativity in your speech, you create an entirely different energy. People start to see you differently. Opportunities start to appear. The world responds to the confidence you project. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you speak. Remove weak language from your vocabulary. Stop saying "I hope" and start saying "I will." Stop saying "maybe" and start saying "it will happen." Stop apologizing for who you are and start owning your power. Every word you speak should move you forward, should reinforce your belief in yourself, should build you up instead of breaking you down. Think about the words you use daily. Are they helping you or hurting you? Are they empowering you or limiting you? If you constantly speak about struggle, failure, and doubt, you are programming your mind to accept those things as truth. But if you start speaking about abundance, success, and power, you will naturally begin to act in ways that align with those beliefs. Speaking powerfully is not about arrogance. It is not about pretending to be something you are not. It is about recognizing the power you already have and refusing to diminish it with weak words. It is about commanding the respect, success, and happiness that you deserve. It is about stepping into your potential fully and unapologetically. The world listens to those who speak with certainty. The world follows those who believe in themselves so deeply that failure is not even an option in their mind. You do not need permission to speak powerfully. You do not need approval to own your success. The moment you decide to change the way you speak, you begin changing the way you think. The moment you change the way you think, you begin changing the way you act. And the moment you change the way you act, your entire life begins to shift. Most people wait for success to come before they speak, as if they are successful. But the ones who truly achieve greatness speak success into existence long before it happens. They carry themselves as winners before they win. They talk about their goals as if they are already accomplished. They remove any doubt from their language and replace it with certainty. This is the mindset that separates those who merely dream from those who make those dreams real. The way you speak does not just affect your mind. It affects your energy, your confidence, and your presence. When you speak with hesitation, people hesitate to believe in you. When you speak with conviction, people naturally trust you, respect you, and follow your lead. Everything starts with the way you present yourself through your words. You have a choice every single day. You can choose to speak from a place of limitation, to downplay your potential, to weaken yourself with negative language. Or you can choose to speak from a place of strength, to reinforce your success, to declare what is yours before it even arrives. If you want happiness, speak as if happiness is already yours. If you want success, speak as if success is a guarantee. If you want power, speak as if you already have it. Because the words you use become the reality you create. And the ones who understand this, who take control of their speech, who refuse to let weak words define them, are the ones who rise to the top. Number 10. Promise yourself to stay focused and never back down. Staying focused is a commitment that you make to yourself. It's a decision that you make every day. There will always be distractions, always be reasons to quit. But those who succeed are the ones who promise themselves to keep going, no matter what. Focus is the foundation of success, the anchor that keeps you grounded in your purpose, and the force that drives you forward in the face of obstacles. When you promise yourself to stay focused, you're setting the stage for greatness, regardless of what life throws your way. Focus is the most powerful tool you have at your disposal. It's not about being busy. It's not about doing 1,000 things at once. It's about choosing one thing and giving it your full attention until it's done. The world around us is filled with noise and distractions, and it's easy to get lost in it. But those who achieve extraordinary things know how to tune out the noise. They know how to silence the distractions and put their energy toward what truly matters. They know how to focus on the prize and keep their eyes locked on it, no matter how difficult the journey may be. The path to success is not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. But the one thing that remains constant for those who succeed is their unwavering commitment to their goals. They stay focused on what matters most, and they never back down. They know that setbacks are temporary, that failure is not permanent, and that as long as they stay focused, they will find a way to succeed. The key is to promise yourself that no matter how hard it gets, you won't give up, you won't quit. You won't allow distractions, doubts, or fears to pull you off course. When you make the decision to stay focused, you're giving yourself the greatest gift you can give: clarity. You're removing the clutter, cutting through the noise, and honing in on what you truly want. The more focused you become, the more you can channel your energy and attention on your goals. Your mind will become sharp, your actions will become intentional, and your progress will become unstoppable. The power of focus is not just in what you do, but in what you choose not to do. It's about saying no to everything that doesn't align with your vision and protecting your time and energy from things that try to steal your attention. Focus requires discipline. It's not easy, and it's not always fun, but it's the price you pay for success. Discipline is the ability to keep going when things get tough, to stay committed to your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you on track when life tries to pull you in 1,000 different directions. It's what separates those who succeed from those who give up, and it's the foundation of focus. When you promise yourself to stay focused, you're promising yourself to put in the work, even when you don't see immediate results. You're committing to the long haul, to the grind, to the process. Success is not about instant gratification. It's about the willingness to work day in and day out, to keep moving forward, to stay focused on the end result, even when you can't see the finish line. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by quitting. They got there by staying focused, by refusing to back down, by committing to their dreams, no matter how hard it got. When you're focused, your energy is aligned with your purpose. You're no longer wasting time on things that don't matter. You're no longer second-guessing yourself or worrying about what other people think. You know what you want, and you're going after it with everything you have. You're not distracted by temporary setbacks or obstacles. You're not deterred by failures. You're not swayed by fear. You're focused on the prize, and you know that nothing can stop you. But focus doesn't mean blind determination. It means being aware of the challenges ahead and being prepared to face them head on. Focus means recognizing when something isn't working and adjusting your approach. It means being flexible enough to pivot when necessary, but strong enough to stay committed to your overall vision. It's about resilience. It's about learning from mistakes and using them to fuel your next move. Focus means being persistent, but it also means being smart. The biggest mistake people make when trying to achieve their goals is thinking that they have to do everything perfectly from the start. They become overwhelmed by the thought of all the steps involved and the potential for failure, and they lose focus. But the truth is, success doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small, consistent steps. It's about making progress, not achieving perfection. And when you promise yourself to stay focused, you're committing to making those small, consistent steps every day. In moments of doubt, remind yourself why you started. Reflect on the bigger picture and the life you're creating. Focus on the results you want to achieve and use that vision as fuel to keep going. When things get tough, and they will, stay grounded in your commitment. Don't allow yourself to be derailed by temporary setbacks. Don't let fear, self-doubt, or criticism pull you away from your goal. You must remain focused on your purpose, no matter what. When you stay focused, you build momentum, and momentum is the key to overcoming obstacles and achieving your dreams. Remember that distractions are a part of life. You cannot avoid them, but you can control how you respond to them. When distractions arise, don't let them dictate your actions. Stay centered, stay committed, and redirect your attention to your goal. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, but the truly successful individuals are the ones who can block it out and keep moving forward. It's about learning to say no to the things that don't serve your purpose and saying yes to the things that bring you closer to your dreams. It's also important to recognize that staying focused requires self-awareness. It means knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, and your limitations. It's about understanding when you need to push yourself and when you need to take a step back and recharge. Focus doesn't mean pushing yourself beyond your limits until you burn out. It means knowing how to pace yourself, how to stay balanced, and how to keep your energy directed toward what truly matters. One of the most powerful things you can do to stay focused is to surround yourself with the right people. The people you spend your time with will either help you stay focused or distract you from your goals. Choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with those who support your vision, who believe in your potential, and who will push you to be your best. Eliminate toxic influences that drain your energy and distract you from your mission. Stay close to those who inspire you to stay focused, to keep pushing, to never back down. As you commit to staying focused, you will begin to see the power of consistency. It's not about making one big leap. It's about making small, steady steps forward. Every time you stay focused, you build the foundation for greater success. Every time you reject distraction and choose to stay committed, you are reinforcing your discipline and resilience. Focus is the force that drives you forward, and when you promise yourself to stay focused, you are guaranteeing your success. The world will try to distract you. It will throw obstacles in your path and challenge your resolve. But those who succeed are the ones who promise themselves every single day to stay focused and never back down. They are the ones who refuse to let setbacks define them, who keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets. They know that success is not guaranteed, but the one thing they can control is their commitment. And their commitment to staying focused is what makes all the difference.